A theory over what The Rock handed to Cody Rhodes. More on that secret WWE debut, my review of Monday Night Raw, and more. I'm Luke Owen, and this is the WrestleTalk News.
Support WrestleTalk!
It's a new day, yes it is. Or perhaps you could say, it's a new era, yes it is. Well, that's actually quite a good turn of phrase. Has anyone thought to say that on TV yet? But in fairness to WWE, they sort of have to establish this. Because although Triple H has been in charge of running creative for 2 years, that isn't entirely accurate. Did we all forget that Omos vs. Elias opened last year's Raw after Mania? Doesn't sound very Triple H to me. That's because up until January of this year, Vince McMahon was always there, lurking in the creative shadows, making changes either remotely or, in the case of last year's Raw after Mania, in person, where he reportedly tore up the plans that Triple H had made and did new ones instead. While the TKO merger diminished McMahon's involvement, it wasn't until the Janelle Grant lawsuit that accused Vince McMahon of sexual assault and sex trafficking that saw his permanent removal. Fightful Select report there has been a concerted effort from WWE to disassociate with him as best as possible. But while Vince McMahon's name is a banned term, WWE are moving away from some of his odd rules and some of his own banned terms. We saw this at WrestleMania 40 when it opened with the national anthem, something that Vince McMahon always hated, so wanted America the Beautiful instead. And Ebu of WrestlePurist noted via Twitter that WWE are moving away from the term sports entertainment, something Vince introduced decades ago to replace the word wrestling, as he didn't want WWE to be associated with wrestling. Fightful have confirmed Ebu's Twitter post and added that one person told them pro wrestling is no longer a dirty word. There are very few dirty words anymore, and the dirty words that do exist, people just seem to say, even though we got memos telling us not to. And that's not all, as Sports Illustrated are reporting that Nick Khan, WWE's president, is open to engineering collaborations with other wrestling promotions. We saw this with TNA's Jordan Grace appearing in this year's Royal Rumble, and Shayna Baszler and Charlie Dempsey working GCW's Bloodsport over WrestleMania weekend. The erasure of Vince McMahon may be in full swing, but that's certainly not the case for his daughter Stephanie, who returned to WWE TV to open WrestleMania Night 2. This was a bit of a surprise, given that Stephanie has been named as corporate officer number 3 in the Janelle Grant lawsuit against WWE. And Fightful Select report that many in WWE have not heard how or if Stephanie has addressed the allegations that she knew of Vince's behavior. However, another source noted how Steph appearing at WrestleMania was her firmly and publicly picking her side between her father and WWE. TKO sources are reportedly backing Stephanie in this situation, and Fightful's report stating that Steph was welcomed with open arms backstage and is well liked by many. Interestingly, however, her promo at WrestleMania was kept as a surprise, with it being internally listed as a Triple H promo before in the show rundown. It's still not clear whether Steph is in fact back in WWE in an official full-time capacity just yet, however, but Fightful Select noted that half a dozen sources they spoke to feel she would be welcomed. PW Insider also report that Linda McMahon was seen at the Talent Hotel during WrestleMania 40. Lastly, in this news portion, we finish with something that you may have missed from Raw last night. During Bronson Reed's promo backstage on the show, Static took over the TV feed for a brief moment, with the message "Hello" being seen in the bottom corner. As well as this, ahead of the Raw taping, the lights went down and music was played in the arena. Now, if these sorts of cryptic clues sound familiar, then you get a biscuit, as according to Fightful Select, these are in fact done for the impending return of Bo Dallas, who recently had a return tease at the end of the Bray Wyatt documentary on Peacock. But before we get into the review of Monday Night Raw, here's a word from our sponsor.
Ever dreamt of breaking into the professional wrestling business as a wrestler, promoter, booker, commentator, referee, journalist, podcaster, YouTube star, or another key role? Wrestling Masterclass is a historic online course featuring over 70 HD video lessons, podcasts, and seminars with some of the world's top wrestling experts, both in the ring and behind the scenes, including Will Ospreay, Raven, Dutch Mantell, Doug Williams, Mike Chioda, and so many more. Start your journey today at WrestlingMasterclass.com.
And now it's time for my review of Monday Night Raw, aka the Did You Know It's the Triple H Era of Monday Night Raw edition of Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania? In about 5 minutes. The show opened with Triple H out to remind us, for the third straight show, that this was in fact a new era of WWE, calling WrestleMania the greatest WrestleMania of all time. He brought out the man who will lead this new era, Cody Rhodes, and the pair watched a video package of Cody's journey, which didn't feature any photos of him in TNA like WrestleMania did, but did feature some of his time in TNA. And they showed this on the big screen. But Because Raw was packed out with over 20,000 people, they didn't have the big screen, so instead they watched it on a monitor. It was a bit like when a best man at a wedding had planned a big PowerPoint presentation for his wedding speech, only to find out the venue doesn't have a TV, so just shows it on his laptop. For the record, I loved how the stage looked for this episode. If I had my way, you're the highway, I'd have this set up for Raw and SmackDown every week. Cody cut a promo and got Samantha Irvin to introduce him again and said that he's on top of the mountain and he's gone from being undesirable to undeniable to now being undisputed. This brought out The Rock, who tried to cut a promo but kept getting cut off by the fans and their boos. He eventually said that Cody did it, and his mum was proud, and he knows Dusty would be proud too. He said that he's held a lot of belts over the years, but he's never held this new one. So asked Cody if he could. Cody said he could, but only if he got to hold the People's Championship as well. They exchanged belts to This Is Awkward chants, and The Rock announced that he's going away for a bit, but when he comes back, he wants a shot at Cody's title. Cody said The Rock may be his boss, but I'm the champion. So that makes me your champion. It was the end of that Cody story and the start of a new story for Cody. This opening segment from Triple H all the way through to the end took 45 minutes of the show and was captivating throughout. But that's not everything that people are talking about. Just what did The Rock hand to Cody Rhodes? When he handed it over, Rocky said he wanted assurance from Cody that he wouldn't have to break his heart again, and that he didn't need to open his hand to know what it is, which is where this theory from Reddit user Subpitch comes in. Their theory is that The Rock handed Cody a bead from Roman's Ula Fallon necklace with the following 4 reasons. Number 1, it's a unique shape, so you wouldn't have to open your hand to see what it is. Secondly, by asking Cody to not break his heart again, it's something that broke his heart to give away to begin with. Thirdly, they argue Cody won under Bloodline rules, so you could make the case that Cody is a tribal chief of sorts. And pointedly last D, the overall somberness of the handoff and the respect displayed by The Rock, it clearly upset him in kayfabe, but he still treated Cody as an equal, even letting him hold the People's Championship. What do you think of the theory? What do you think he handed over? Let me know in the comments down below. Or, if you don't know, give me the wrong answer. I'll feature some of my favorite ones in tomorrow's WrestleTalk news. Shinsuke Nakamura took on NXT champion Ilya Dragunov in a fun little match, which saw Dragunov win with the H-Bomb and Torpedo Moscow. WWE used this match to announce that the WWE Draft will take place on April 26th and 29th, only 3 weeks away, and that NXT will be involved. There you marks, you've had your 4 minutes of wrestling. No, really, that match was just 4 minutes. It's now time for more talking. The Judgment Day came out for a promo to put over Rhea Ripley retaining her title and Damian Priest winning his, complete with new entrance music for Priest. And this set up a trios match between Judgment Day against Awesome Truth and a partner no one can see. Some of the comedy here was great, and the match had a brilliant payoff, because the man you couldn't see did end up being R-Truth's childhood hero, John Cena, who ran down for the hot tag towards the end of the match. He, Truth, and Miz all hit 5-knuckle wanks and AAs for the win. This was a lot of fun. Bronson Reed cut a promo, which is where we got that tease for Bo Dallas, and Dom set up a match with Andrade for next week. Rhea Ripley got attacked by Liv Morgan, and that led into Indy Hartwell losing to NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez. Candice tried to cheat on Indy's behalf, but Hartwell didn't like that, and Roxanne raked the eyes and hit the Pop Rocks for the win. The presentation of NXT on this show was great. Roxanne also had an interaction with Natalya to promote her match on NXT. Sami Zayn celebrated his IC title win with Jey Uso, then came out for a promo to talk about his win over Gunther. He put over the big man, and this brought out Imperium, which set up a tag match where Sami teamed with Chad Gable to beat them. Sami later told Chad that he will return the favor he asked for and set up an IC title match for next week in Montreal. We got a video promo for the return of Sheamus, and Jey Uso cut a promo saying in the Fatal 4-Way, it will just be him, Uso. You silly goose, there's 3 other people. Chelsea Green complained to Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis, and Ava that she didn't get her WrestleMania moment, so Pearce and Aldis teamed to book her in a big interpromotional match, which saw her lose to Jade Cargill in under a minute. Good stuff. And the main event saw Drew McIntyre, Bronson Reed, Ricochet, and Jey Uso battle in a Fatal 4-Way to determine the #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship. Drew cut a promo before the match saying that WrestleMania was BS and he was only champion for 5 minutes, and all because he was screwed by that prick CM Punk and the Money in the Bank briefcase. So my big pitch now is that Drew wins Money in the Bank and cashes it in to continue his hypocritical ways. This was a great match that was all over the place and saw a truly insane springboard 450 by Ricochet to put Bronson Reed through the Spanish announcers table. Yeah, the broadcast table on the outside. utter insanity. Back in the ring, Drew had the match won when he set up for the Claymore, but CM Punk appeared from nowhere to grab his leg, and Jay hit the spear and splash for the win. He'll be the next man to face Damian Priest for the title, presumably at Backlash. This was a tremendous Raw after Mania, which set up some new stories, gave you some surprises with Dragunov and Perez, a superb main event, and a big angle to set up this year's next biggest match, Cody versus The Rock. This week's show is 5 out of 5. Before we leave, I just want to apologize to the Steiner mathletes out there. Though I did have the deck stacked against me in my match against Ollie Davis, I came up short. And as such, I have been informed that I'm no longer allowed to talk about Steiner math or promote the t-shirt that you can buy from WrestleShop.com. I've also been informed that I must announce that I lost the match against Ollie Davis in the partsFUNknown of 40 years WrestleMania tournament, fair and square. Speaking of partsFUNknown, check out this list that talks about the best WWE returns and surprises on the Raws after Manias.